Alright, hello everyone, it is silverkyle, and today I'm going to be going over my January 2020 pickups. So I've got only comic book or manga related stuff here this month, only 4 items, which I'm fine with because next month is going to be a little bit more video game centric in terms of I have one pre-order, one collector's edition that I ended up picking up from Japan that ended up costing more than I probably should have paid for it because I waited too long to pick it up because I always hoped that they would finally release that in North America, but they never did. And then watch, like this summer, they'll have like a limited run game or something like that of it or something. But anyway, very excited about that. And then I got a few things that are related to that that I am hoping that I'll get in the month of February. I also have quite a few things in March, April, and then it kind of just goes crazier as like spring hits. I have a lot of pre-orders down, so things should start ramping up soon. So let's get this thing started with Savage Avengers. Haven't read this yet. I am going to be reading this month. I'm actually kind of considering checking this out tonight, actually. We'll see about that, but I'm really excited to get into this and dig into this. This is like such an awesome ensemble of characters for another Avengers team. Like this is like, this feels to me like Uncanny X-Force or something. Basically just a bunch of badasses all working together. Some of them are anti-heroes. It's great. I cannot wait for this. This is such a great idea. I actually considered getting the actual single issues of this run, but I wanted to give it a read first to see if I would really want to get into that. Honestly, I don't want to get too crazy into singles. Singles are just, yeah. Anyway, next up is an epic collection of the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 25 of Maximum Carnage. This is when I started reading Spider-Man. Around this time, it was the early 90s that I started reading this. This all came out in 1993. I had, I think, two single issues back in the day of Maximum Carnage. I think one of them would have been Amazing Spider-Man, and I don't remember what the other one was, but I just remember seeing them on the shelves and be like, I need those. That looks amazing. This is my kind of art. I am going to do an overview of this because this is just absolutely fantastic. So I'm actually going to record that as soon as I'm done this video, so that'll come out tomorrow. So February 3rd is when that's going to come out. Really looking forward to reading this one, though. But I want to read so much more Spider-Man because I like to read it chronologically. So I still have a lot of Spider-Man that I want to read before I dive into this. Because that's just how I like to do things. So we'll see about that. This will be still a while before I actually do read the book. Next up, I did do an overview of this, and that would be the Incredible Hulk by Peter David Omnibus Volume 1. I've talked about this before in the sense that we are getting a Volume 2 at the end of the year already. That is awesome. We're getting 2 Hulk books. 2 Hulk Omnis in the same year. This is fantastic. I'm so happy. There's so few Hulk Omnis. And this, I'm not a huge fan of the art, but I haven't read it yet. So I'm hoping that the stories are good and I can kind of get through that. It just seems very, I don't know. There's not a lot of detail going on here, and it seems very odd. Like, there's not a lot of detail. Like, that just looks very plain to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. If the stories are good, then I'm going to be happy. But Volume 2, that's going to be coming out at the end, looks a little bit more up my style of comic books. When was this? What year were all of these? It gets to the 90s, and the 90s is kind of when I started reading Hulk as well. So looking forward to that. And last but not least, we have Volume 2 of Attack on Titan, the Colossal Edition. I am almost done the Colossal number 1. So this contains Attack on Titan Volumes 6 to 10. Really looking forward to this. I'm very much enjoying the first volume, and as soon as I was getting close to finishing it, I was like, okay, before I finish that, I want to order this. It came within 2 days. I got it from, I think, Indigo, so like Chapters. Yeah, I wish this was hardcover, though. That's the only thing that I wish that we had for this, but I mean, you're reading manga in this gigantic format. I'm very happy to be doing that. So there you have it, everything that I picked up in the month of January. I am very much looking forward to reading a lot of these. I think the only 2 things that I will be reading soon is Savage Avengers and Attack on Titan Volume 2, though, because same thing with Hulk and Spider-Man, I want to be reading a lot more material before I get to these. And these are 90s stuff, and you know, both these characters have stuff in the 60s that I've read some of, but I've got like 3 decades to read before I get to these stories. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping by the end of the year I can get to them. I think for Spider-Man I will be at that point. So anyway, thank you all for watching. You have been bearded in.
Beardage.